From asset of the Finnish Elite League, Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
So they go with the center, Bob.
Yeah, this guy's rocketed up the charts over the course of the season. Last summer...
There's a couple of ways to help support this channel, and the easiest way is to like and subscribe. Wow, so easy! Another easy way to help support me is by using my affiliate links in the description. And the final way you can help support the channel is by supporting me directly by becoming a patron, where you can vote for patron selected commanders and get some behind the scenes action. The best way to help grow this channel is with the help of you guys. This video is sponsored by Collect Edition. They have a huge commander inventory and worldwide shipping, so check them out with the link in the description. If Simic are the Pittsburgh Penguins, then I'd say Boros are the Montreal Canadiens. And with this year's pick, I see a bright future for the Habs. Because we have a sweet freaking artifact-themed Boros commander in Osgir, the Reconstructor. He's a 4-mana 4/4 giant artificer of vigilance. Pay 1 second artifact. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. But wait, there's more. Pay X, tap, exile an artifact card with mana value X from your graveyard. Create 2 tokens that are copies of the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. He ain't no McDavid, but I think he can be the all-star goal scorer the Habs have been looking for. Does what Boros does best, attack, but also does what Boros does worst, and that's getting card advantage.
He said that?
Plus, he's a great playmaker. First off, we'll take a look at our 5-on-5 play, the big dumb artifacts we can make tokens of. Then we take a look at the power play, our ramp and card advantage, what separates Osgir from the other Boros commanders. And to finish off our penalty kill squad, the non-artifact value cards. I've never been this excited for a Boros commander because Osgir does what other Boros commanders fail to do. A lot of shenanigans. Game on!
Good luck.
First period, the big stuff. He's cool and he's a worm. Worm cool engine.
Yeah, baby!
He's a 6-mana 6/6 Death Touch lifelink artifact creature. When he dies, create a 3/3 colorless worm artifact creature token with Death Touch and a 3/3 colorless worm artifact creature with lifelink. When he dies, you get a gold and an assist, then you make 2 of them with your commander and bada bing bada boom, exponential. Nah, you thought he was good? This freaking card, dude. Holy guacamole, hat trick titan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's like our freaking worm coil engine on PEDs. 9 mana 9/9 flying vigilance trample. When he dies, you create a 3/3 flying token, a 3/3 vigilance token, and a 3/3 trample token. He's like worm cool engine but cooler. Worm cooler engine. This card is bonkers in this deck, it's bonkers in a Sharoom deck, it's bonkers in a Brea deck, in any artifact deck. It's a playoff mode worm cool engine, and prepare to see this guy in a lot of decks.
Yeah, but he costs 9 mana. Shut the
Get up out of here!
When will you learn?
Penalty kill grinder is the guy every team is looking for. 6 mana 7/4 menace. When he dies, each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. Fills the graveyard and fills your hand, exactly what we're looking for with Osgir. Combustible Austin Matthews is a beast. 6 mana 6/6 first strike. When he enters the battlefield, you may have target opponent have you draw 3 cards. If that player doesn't, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and Combustible Gearhawk deals damage to that player equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Usually you'll be scoring 3 goals with this, as people don't want to take damage.
I felt it right away. I'm not saying it because it happened that way.
Scaredy cats. Mere Battlesphere is here to drop the gloves. 7 mana 4/7 comes into play, create 4 Mere tokens. Whenever he attacks, you may tap X, untap Mere creatures you control. If you do, Mere Battlesphere gets +X/+0 until end of turn and deals X damage to the player planeswalker it's attacking. So put this into play, get 4 tokens, sack him, bring him back with your commander, then you get 8 tokens. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage!
Meres for days. Marc-Andre Fleury, get up out of here. There's a new goalie in town and his name is Bronze Guardian.
#1 goalies out there, they're not available.
He's a 5 mana X5 double strike, Ward 2. Other artifacts you control have Ward 2. Bronze Guardian's power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Ward is pretty good, and if you make 2 tokens of these, you can ward 4. Stack the wards. You ever notice how Sword of Feast and Famine and Sword of Fire and Ice aren't legendary? Not in the Hall of Fame like Mario Lemieux, and that's good for us because we can make 2 copies of them. Let's not forget we are Boros and we want to attack our way to victory with cool freaking swords. Ovechkin's boots is another good one to make copies of, giving hexproof to all your skaters. And what's better than not losing the game? Not losing the game 2 times if you have 2 Platinum Angels. So yeah, they do stack. If you lose the game, the other one will trigger and you will not lose the game.
Coots, it is!
I'm not sure that's how it works, but sounds cool as hell. And duh, anointed head coach profession? Double overtime your tokens? What is this, Simic? These are freaking playoffs, get them out of here. If a token would be created under your control, you create twice that many of those tokens and stop. Oh my god.
They did not give enough.
Now for a second period ramp and card advantage. Holy guacamole, Sidney Crosby's here with the Stanley Cup.
Last year was the league MVP.
Soul Ring. Yes, I know, we played in every freaking deck, but just wait and listen.
You need to see the whole picture.
You can tap to add 2, then you use 1 to sacrifice Soul Ring and exile Soul Ring from your graveyard and make 2 copies of Soul Ring. Then you have 4 extra mana, and then you have 5 colorless mana. All that for 1 mana. Soul Ring. Mana rocks really rockin' this deck. Mox Opal. Tap to add 3 or more artifacts for 0 mana. And the flavor, the rock so nice we'll copy it twice. Coveted Jewel is just bonkers in this deck. 6 mana comes into play, draw 3 cards, tap, add 3 mana of any one color. Whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks you and aren't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of Coveted Jewel. Untap it. So with enough mana, you can cast this, draw 3 cards, then sacrifice it to bring something else, and not let anybody draw 3 cards besides you.
That was the timing to make the trade.
When he's inside his bubble, nothing can stop Carey Price. Mishra's Bubble. 0. Tap, sacrifice Mishra's Bubble, look at the top card of target player's library, draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So basically, cast this, draw a card, sack it for 0 with your commander, make 2 copies of them, sacrifice them to draw 2 other cards, drawing 3 cards for 0 mana. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, boy.
Commander Sphere, sorry bud, but I'm gonna sack you over and over again. I just want to draw some cards. We have an amazing duo in Drysidle and McDavid's Hedrons. Here to ramp and draw. Hedron Archive, 4 mana, add 2 colorless, pay 2 sack, draw 2 cards. Dreamstone Hedron, 6 mana, tap for 3, pay 3, sack, draw 3 cards, wow! Rantanen and McKinnon's Wellspring is here to save Colorado. For 2 mana, comes into play or is put into a graveyard, draw a card. And the other one comes into play or is put into a graveyard, search your library for a basic land, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. So yeah, does something when they come into play, does something when they die, and then you make 2 copies of them, getting even more value. Yeah, Wellsprings. Cool Dota Forge Master can abuse the artifact tokens you don't need anymore. 3/5, tap, sacrifice 3 artifacts, search your library for an artifact card and put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle your library. And he's not legendary, so you can make a couple of tokens of him if he dies, and after that they can sack each other. That's freaking teamwork. Unwinding Clock. Untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untap step. And Shimmermere. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. This is the poor man's Seedborn Muse and Leyline of Anticipation, but it's Boros. We'll take it.
Never look yourself in the mirror, huh?
And to finish off our second period, Rings of Brighthearth and Illusionist Bracer. Here to copy your activated abilities like, I don't know, your commander. Rings of Brighthearth, whenever you activate an ability, if it isn't a mana ability, you may pay 2. If you do, you copy that ability. An Illusionist's Bracer, 2 mana equipment, whenever an ability of equipped creature is activated, if it's not a mana ability, copy it. Yeah, you can make a couple of bracers if you exile it from your graveyard, and then you can copy and copy and copy and copy, and keep copying all day long. Now for our third period, we have non-artifact value. Audacious Rookie, 3 mana, 3/3. Tap, sacrifice an artifact. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an artifact card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Audacious Reshaper deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed this way. Seriously, I playtested this card in my Future the Ready deck. It's freaking good, like really. Imagine with some top deck manipulations like Stamko's Divining Top. You can even copy the ability with Rings of Brighthearth. And you can neglect the damage with Platinum Imperium. Kucherov's Welder is always lightning quick to swap-a-rooney some artifacts from your graveyard to play.
At the end of the day, everything is my decision.
Tap, choose target artifact a player controls and target artifact card in that player's graveyard. And then you swapperoonie! The best part of Goblin Welder is you can do it at instant speed and make a couple of shenanigans. Eugen, so nice, colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. The rest is pretty good too, but we're mostly playing him for the first ability. I mean playing Wellsprings or Mana Rocks for 0 mana. Hockey Stick Engineer, 2 mana, comes into play. Search your library for an artifact and put it into your graveyard. Just that's pretty gnarly with Osgir. Pay a red and sacrifice an artifact. Return target artifact card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Most of the time you won't be getting something with mana cost 3 or less. You'll just be getting something freaking awesome to copy with your commander. Now for a bit of fuel. Patrice Reunion and Tormenting Voice fuel the deck a bit more. Discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. Discard a card, draw 2 cards.
Wow.
I didn't include Smothering Titties in this deck, but you can put it for sure, and you can run a lot of wheels to, you know, fuck shit up, you know what I'm saying? Boros doesn't draw really good, but Reforged Soul is amazing. Each player discards a hand, draws 7 cards. You gotta do what you gotta do when you're red and white, you know? And now, for the best of the best. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you didn't, like and subscribe anyways. Goodbye!